So good afternoon, everyone. I welcome all of you on behalf of ICAE. And as everyone knows, I'm Almas and I'll be your host for this session. I would like to thank you, Hina ma'am. She has just joined us for allowing us to organize this session today. And I would like to welcome all the university representatives for taking their time out to resolve all the queries. And students, you can clear all your doubts by dropping in your question in Q&A box in the second segment of this webinar. So I would like to start with the introductions now. So I would call Ms. Meenu Arora from Kriya University to start with the introductions. Meenu ma'am, over to you.
Meenu ma'am, please unmute yourself. You're on mute.
Sorry. So good evening, everyone. Welcome you all. So I will quickly share my slides. So I'm Meenu Arora. I'm from Outreach Department, Kriya University. Kriya University, which is in Sri City, 70 kilometers north of Chennai. So from Chennai airport, you just need to take a cab and it will take 1.5 hours to 2 hours to reach the campus. It was started by a lot of academicians and intellectuals like Raghuram Rajan, Anand Mahindra, and they wanted to reimagine the education and wanted to prepare the students for 21st century to equip them with various skills and to make them agile, ethical, and impactful leaders. So with all this vision, this was started. Kriya is basically a liberal arts university, a pioneer in interwoven learning. So you will see that all the disciplines you will study from all the disciplines together. You can have a major and minor either under BA or BSc. You can have an integrated major also. You can do a joint major also. And all the courses in Kriya are very research based. They are a lot of writing intensive. And also we give a lot of emphasis on data analytics because data is the language of the 21st century. So all the professors will keep these guiding principles in mind while they take your lessons. You basically need to complete 35 courses to graduate in a major. And as Kriya strongly believe in immersive learning between year 1 and year 2, you will have an immersive experience in terms of social impact programs. And between year 2 and year 3, you will do some kind of internship with industries, because in order to facilitate immersive learning, we have a lot of partnerships with industries and the foreign universities as well. So these are the main majors under BA and BSc. We can talk about it later whenever you have a query regarding this. The beauty of this is that there is no prerequisite to join any of these courses. You can choose any permutation combination. You can join economics even without maths, because we have all bridge courses to support you. When you enter Kriya, you don't enter a major, but you enter a common batch where you do core courses and skill courses, which prepare you with the transferable skills and you're ready to work in any field after your graduation. So these are the skill courses which every professor will keep it in mind while teaching you for all the 3 years. We look for students who are creative, open-minded, curious, have empathy, and love the collaborative work, because these are the skills which are required for 21st century. We have 2 stages in the admission process, stage 1 and stage 2. Stage 1 is of course the online application, which has your personal story, your academic transcripts, your extracurricular and co-curricular activities. And if you're shortlisted on the basis of your application, you enter the second stage, which is the Kriya Immersive Day. And in Kriya Immersive Day, we have a face-to-face interaction in small groups where you are given a case, you write a reflective essay, you do a group activity, and then there is a personal interview and a small quantitative test of 30 minutes. So these are the deadlines. Round 1 starts in November 1. I think, Almas, I don't know how many minutes are over. I will stop here. So if you have any questions, we can always take it up at the end of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. So now we are moving on to Mr. Devya Kumar from University of Ottawa.
Hi, firstly, thank you ICAE and Hina Akhtar ma'am for organizing this. It's a pleasure to be presenting to DPS Noida School students. Because I'm the first one to talk about Canada, I will start with talking about the country a bit. I will move on to the city because it's very important for the student to know what city they choose when they go to study, because they're not only studying, but they're also spending a lot of their time and life in that city. And then I'll talk about the University of Ottawa. Now, we all know that Canada is the second largest country in the world, and it is also the third leading destination of international students, with a staggering 642,000 foreign students in 2019. So it's one of the biggest. 20% of the students from India, in fact, more than 20% of the students from India choose Canada because they feel that Canada has a strong quality of education. It has a good reputation. It has a good reputation and is multicultural, and is also a tolerant society. So you wouldn't find too many instances of racism that you would find in other countries. Canada also allows students to stay back in Canada, work after they have completed their education for 3 years if they've studied 2 years in Canada, and also allows them to immigrate to Canada. So it gives them an option to stay back for longer if they wish to. Now, as far as the city where University of Ottawa is concerned, we all know that Ottawa is the capital of Canada. So there's not much that I should really be talking about Ottawa, but it's a fun, vibrant, and a youthful city. It is also one of the most educated city in the whole of North America. So you'll find the most number of doctors, engineers, and PhD scholars in Ottawa than any part of Canada. It is very near. It has proximity to Toronto, Montreal. It has proximity to New York and Boston. So it's a 2.5-hour flight to New York and Boston, almost 2 hours flight. So it is very strategically located. Students don't only have access to just Ottawa, but the big cities that are nearby. Just in case they want to travel, spend their leisure time, or if they want to explore other cities for work. Now, as far as University of Ottawa is concerned, University of Ottawa is the largest English-French bilingual university in the world. We are also among the top 10 universities in Canada. And if you look at the Times Higher ranking this year, we are 141 in the world. So we are very fairly placed in terms of the rankings. The students should really choose University of Ottawa for its quality of education. When I say quality, we have some of the best faculties in Canada. We have the Faculty of Engineering, the Faculty of Arts, Social Sciences, Faculty of Health Sciences. We have Management, the Telfer School of Management, which is a Triple Crown accredited institute. So if you look at the university, we have almost all the programs that the students can really think of, except for a School of Architecture. That's one thing that is missing from University of Ottawa. We are known for our social sciences faculty. It's the largest in Canada, hosts close to 12,000 students. Now, just to let you know, we are a large university. So in fact, I call ourselves an extra large university because we have close to 43,000 students on campus, of which 8,000 students are international, which truly makes us an international university. So you'll find people from 155 countries, students from 155 countries studying in Ottawa, in University of Ottawa. That also helps you broaden your horizon when you're sitting in a class. It truly gives you an international experience. So as far as the faculties are concerned, those are our faculties. We have almost all programs under engineering, but we are known for computer science and quantum physics. So we are also known for particle sciences. We are also known for astrophysics. So students who are really looking to choose something in extreme physics, we are a good place to be. And they're looking for a computer science program, which is the most sought after program at University of Ottawa. We're a place to be. I already spoke about social sciences, so we are a mix of both. We have a lot of support services that you can think about. We have the second largest co-op, so you not only get to study in Canada, but you can simultaneously work for 16 months while you're studying because you have a paid internship, which pays you well. And we have a lot of clubs and gymnasiums. So you not only have to keep your mind uh, occupied, but you also work on your body so that you have a balanced life when you're in Ottawa. I am going to be here for the next, I believe, an hour. So if you have any questions, you can either ask me directly in chat, or you can email me at india@uottawa.ca, and I'll be happy to answer all your queries on an email. Thank you, and I hope that all of you have an informative day here today. Looking forward to your questions. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you, Dev. Thank you. Now we'll move on to Mr. Anshuman from Kent State University.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Anshuman Singh. I represent Kent State University. So these are some facts and the figures. It is located in the state of Ohio in United States of America on the eastern coast. The closest airport is Cleveland, which is about 45 minutes drive from the campus. It is one of the safest campus and the healthiest campus. The cost of living is 88% less as compared to other parts of the US. We offer around 285 undergraduate programs, and we are offering a scholarship up to $20,000. The fee for 1 year for an undergraduate is approximately $40,000. This includes tuition, accommodation, meals, books, and medical insurance. These are some of the facts and the figures again mentioned here. This is how the campus and the downtown look like. And these are the scholarships offered. So for global scholarship, you automatically become eligible for this scholarship upon admit. And this is 2,000 per semester, 4,000 per year, and total in the duration of the program, which is 4 years, you take away $16,000. International Freshman Scholarship is a SAT-based scholarship, and it has a deadline. So if you all want to get in touch with me, please email me. My email address is india@kent.edu. I repeat myself, india@kent.edu. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Anshuman. So we'll move on to Ms. Deepa Kungnani from Queen's University. Deepa, over to you.
Hi, Almas. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Akhtar, for this event today, and glad we could get in touch with your students. Can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, yes.
Good evening, everyone. Once again, my name is Deepa, and I represent Queen's University in India, and especially for the undergrad programs. We are a public university of Canada, very, very old, oldest in fact in Canada, about more than 175-year-old institution formed in the year 1841. And 26 years later, Confederation of Canada happened, so we are kind of older than the country itself. We are a very global community of 25,000 students on campus in Kingston. We are consistently rated among the top 5 to 10 universities in Canada, with over 12% of undergraduate population coming from 108 different countries. We are a very, very diverse community again. Our alumni are spread massively all over the world. 150,000 alumni are currently based in 154 countries. We are also consistently ranked among the top 3 universities for student satisfaction. These are some of the facts about the university. I'll quickly take you through the location. We are actually halfway to everywhere. So we are based in the province of Ontario in Canada, again, like you, Ottawa. We are located in the city of Kingston, which is kind of midway to all the major cities in Ontario. Toronto is on one side, about 2 hours, 20 minutes drivable distance, whereas Ottawa, which is the federal capital of Canada, is on the other side, about 2 hours. We are very close to also Montreal, which is in Quebec, about 3 hours. And since you can see that we are just on the borders, sharing with the United States, we you can be in upstate New York within 45 minutes drive and reach to cities like Syracuse or Rochester, which are very closely located. So that's kind of giving you an idea about our location in Canada, in Ontario. I will not kind of take you through all of this, but just want to show you all the program areas that are offered at the undergrad level. We have about 17,000 of our students studying at the undergrad level, so which means that we are a major undergrad university. We offer lots of opportunities in terms of major minors under all these program areas that you can see on my screen. We have a major portfolio of arts program which offers courses like political studies, philosophy, economics, psychology, sociology, global development studies. We also have courses like film and media. We have languages, literature, all of these available under arts. We have pure sciences degrees in biosciences, biotechnology, biochemistry. We have courses in astrophysics in combination, which comes under the major of astronomy and physics. We have physics and math as a combination available. We also have maths and stats. We have biology and psychology as a double majors available. We also have options in music, music theater, computing, fine arts, as you can see here. Most of the universities, you will not find physiotherapy as a degree in Canada. Most of us offers kinesiology, unless there are some who offers physiotherapy, but as long as I know, there's the major, the popular course is kinesiology in Canada. We have our commerce program, which is our business degree offered by the Smith School of Business. We are very glad to welcome a student of DPS Noida this year, going to start for the BCom at Smith School of Business. It's out and out, very highly rated, #1 or #2 in Canada for the business degree. And we have a school of a faculty of engineering and applied sciences offering 10 different branches of engineering. Nursing and health sciences are also available. Now, this is just how the university looks like in Kingston. And I would like to cover how you can apply. So as a province, Ontario has a common application platform called UAC, Ontario University Application Center, through which you can apply to all Ontario-based universities in the province. You can also apply to Queen's through UAC, although some universities have a direct application system in place as well, but Queen's could be applied only through UAC. It says read your email, which means that we will only communicate with you on email. There is no hard copies coming in your way if you kind of apply and receive an offer. Keep your grades up. So that's the only criteria which matters to us at Queen's. That's like 80% weightage is given to your high school performance. And when I say high school, it means 9th onwards. Typically, we see your performance in the class 10th and your predicted grades in class 12th. So we'll get into the details about all these when we start our Q&A, but this is what I can tell you as a gist, that yes, we kind of assess you largely on the basis of your high school performance. Check your to-do list. So basically you get an access to a portal, Queen's portal, when you apply through UAC. So we communicate with you through that portal and through the emails. Yep, keep working hard. And I would also very quickly like to cover our requirements and our scholarship, because I don't know how much I'll get chance later on, but just to give you an idea, I know DPS offer a CBSE curriculum. I'm not too sure if you have an IB or a GCE curriculums available here. So if we talk about CBSE, our requirements are in the range of 80 to 90%. But honestly, if you are looking for scholarship, and we have something very specific for India, your grades should be in the range of 92 to 94% predictives in class 12th. Math is a prerequisite for 80% of our programs, for business, for health sciences, for pure sciences, engineering, computing, everything you're aiming to apply. We need maths in class 11th and 12th. We would not need maths if you're applying for art-based degrees. So BA honors program does not require maths. Scholarships and awards. We have something specific for the citizens of India, and we automatically consider the students coming from India for this particular scholarship. It's called Principal Excellence Scholarship India. It's of value 20,000 Canadian dollars, spread over 2 years of your undergrad degree, offered at the rate of 10,000 per annum for the first 2 years. You don't have to do anything extra, just keep your grades up. That's all I can say. And if your school counselor nominates you for this scholarship, you have very high chances of getting through. So a counselor nomination is very, very important here if you want to apply for this one. We also have an international admission scholarship, which is of value $36,000. Now, it's an international scholarship, which means anyone and everyone who's coming out of Canada is considered for this scholarship. So not many of these are given to Indian students, but through my experience, I can tell you that Principal Excellence Scholarship India is awarded in the range of 30 to 35 students every year from India. So that's quite a lot of number. We also have first year scholarships by the name of Excellence Scholarships, which is of value either 1,500 or 4,000 Canadian dollar. This is a one-time scholarship for first year only and deducted from your tuition fees for the first year. I have a lot more to share, but I don't know how much time I have. So thank you so much. These are my contact details. Sorry, I will share my contact details on the chat box, and happy to answer any questions if you have for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deepa. Thank you very much. Next up is Mr. Daljit Panging from ESSEC Business School. Daljit, over to you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Daljit Panging from ESSEC Business School. So today I want to talk about one and only program for the undergrad, which is ranked #1 in France. It's known as Global BBA, means Bachelor in Business Administration. It is a 4-year program. Most of the students, they think it's a French B school. That means the French language is mandatory, which is not true. The entire curriculum in 4 years is 100% in English. So as I said, it is ranked #1 in France for more than 10 years. That means it says what? So ranked #1 in the basis of the campus experience, ranked #1, it is based on the diversity of the faculty, diversity in the classroom. Most important thing is the placement after the global BBA of 4 years, where the student get placed. And because of all those ranking, it's become ranked #1. I don't think you can imagine that after 4 years in global BBA program, the student earns 40,000 euros per annum. It's an initial average salary, which is, I would say, 3.5 lakhs per month in Indian rupees. So to know more about it, how to apply. So very quickly, I would like to say in ESSEC, we are looking for academic, plus we also look at the overall profile of the student. So when the student is class 12, they should not wait for their predicted grade or their final grade. They can apply with their predicted grade. So this is #1. They should have a very versatile resume. And most important thing is they don't need to appear for SAT or TOEFL. So they don't have to apply for any test. So next thing, where they can apply. So they have a choice, either Paris campus or Singapore campus. Both the campus is the same quality of education. So it's a choice of the student. So according to that, they can apply. And next thing is the scholarship. The Indian students, they have a very good scholarship, which is called diversity scholarship, because when they apply, it doesn't matter Paris or Singapore, they are diverse. So there are more chance to get a diversity scholarship, plus also have an excellence scholarship. So we have 4 rounds in one intake, 4 rounds of application. So if I see that it is, we have more than 40 excellence scholarship as well as the diversity scholarship. So if you have more questions, then maybe I will just share with you the details. So you can have a look. It's coming now, Almaz?
Yes.
Almaz, can you see? Okay. So here are the details. So you can write to me anytime. You can, for any information about the scholarship, you can write to me, or you can WhatsApp me, even you can call me. It's an Indian number. So I'll be here for any question, anything you have, feel free to write to me. Thank you, Almaz.
Thank you very much, Daljit. So next up is Ms. Sita from the University of Waterloo.
Hi everyone, can you see me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll be doing a really quick presentation because I have another meeting. So just for the sake of a better quality of audio, I will switch my video off and share my screen. Just give me a minute. Hi everyone, my name is Sita and I am the recruitment officer for the University of Waterloo for the Faculty of Mathematics. I would like to take this opportunity to thank ICAE and Hina ma'am to give me the opportunity to address your students. University of Waterloo somehow doesn't need a lot of introduction to the students of DPS in Noida because we do get a lot of applications from your school every year. And we do also have some of your students who have joined us in the past 3-4 years. I will spend a little time just to tell where we are because my colleagues from Ottawa and Queens have already told you a lot about the province of Ontario and the country Canada. We are located in the city of Waterloo, which is a part of the Tri-City, which is Cambridge, Kitchener, and Waterloo. This Tri-City is called the Silicon Valley of the North. That's because there's a lot of tech and startups that exist in these 3 cities. Waterloo itself is like the startup hub, and we are very, very well known for our computer science, math, and engineering programs. So apart from that, it's not that we are just about technology and STEM programs. We do have 6 different faculties, and this is just a snapshot of the various rankings. We have been ranked the most innovative university for the last 28 years. There's a little bit of change I have to make on this presentation. And there are some reasons for that, which I will talk about in my next slide. We have 6 faculties. I've already mentioned that we are very well known for our math, CS, and engineering, but we have 6 faculties. A snapshot is the Faculty of Environment, Science, Applied Health Sciences, Math, Engineering, and Arts. Our engineering programs are direct entry programs. So if you apply for a mechanical, civil, or a software engineering, you directly get into that engineering. There is no common first year. So you have to really think hard before you apply. So whatever engineering you apply to, you get in directly. Computer science is the part of the math faculty from which I come. So yes, it is one of the top programs in Canada, but it's extremely competitive. We do look for students with mid-90s in their CBSE predicted scores, and the higher or the closer you get to 100 in math, the better your chances. Along with that, we also look for your extracurricular activities and what you have done outside of your classroom, and that also helps build your profile to give you a better chance at getting admission in those top programs. I don't want to go through each faculty in detail because you can find all the information on our website, including admission requirements and how to apply. So I'll quickly just run through all the faculty names here. And I will get to co-op, which is what we make a big deal about. The reason we have been ranked the most innovative university of Canada for the last 28 years is primarily because of the co-op or experiential learning. This is why QS has ranked us the #1 university for graduate employability and the #1 university in Canada for career preparation. So this co-op or experiential learning is basically work terms of 4 months each, which are entwined into your curriculum. So you study for 1 term and you work for 1 term. During these work terms, you do make some money. Obviously offset your entire tuition fee. You don't make that much money, but you still make enough to take care of your living expenses. We are the largest co-op university in Canada. Divya is #2. Sorry about that. I was just pulling your legs. But anyway, the reason we are #1 is we have more than 7,000 employers who have already partnered with us, and we offer a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 6 co-op terms, during which time you get some hands-on experience and of course test drive your careers. It helps you decide where you finally want to go and build your career. This is a little bit of a range of our tuition fees. We also do have scholarships, which of course the entrance scholarships are not much. They range between $1,000 to $5,000, but we have faculty specific scholarships. I would encourage everyone to please visit the website, and based on the faculty you're applying for, look for what scholarships are being offered. The Faculty of Math, from where I come, we do offer $40,000, especially for students who apply for mathematics and hold an Indian passport and are studying in an Indian school. It doesn't matter whether you are IB, CBSE, Cambridge, or ISC, or even state board. If you hold an Indian passport and you're studying in an Indian university, the scholarships could go up to 40,000 Canadian dollars. These are my contact details. I might be disappearing in the next 5 to 10 minutes because I have to rush for another meeting. Please make note of my email address and my contact number and the website over there. You can just go on that website and download your view book for the next year, which will give you a full snapshot of the university. Thank you again, Almas. Thank you, Nazir.
Thank you, Sita.
And I'm really, really sorry to be rushing through this. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sita. Thank you very much. It's a request from my side. Please stick to the time limit. So next up is Ms. Anju Singh from University of Arizona.
Hello.
You're audible.
Can you see my screen? Okay, great. Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to this fair. I hope everyone is keeping well in their homes. My name is Anju Singh. I'm the Regional Director for University of Arizona, based right here in the city of Noida, where the school is. I'll be giving you a brief introduction of the university first. So when we talk about the University of Arizona was established way back in 1885 in the city of Tucson. And in terms of our ranking, we are currently ranked 104th in the world as far as Times Higher World Rankings 2020 is concerned. We work very closely with all the planetary missions with NASA and 4th most awarded public university by NASA for research. In terms of how big we are, we have about 45,000 students currently studying in the university, out of which 35,000 are undergrads. So you can say it's a huge population of undergrad students in our university. 130 nationalities, so you'll get a good mix of Americans and a lot of South Asians, Europeans, Britishers, and everyone. So you'll enjoy your exposure over there as a student. We have a wide range of courses at an undergrad level. So 200 plus undergraduate majors are on offer in the university. We are very serious about our student and to faculty ratio. So as of now, it stands as 22 students as to 1 faculty member. We also make sure that the students are very, besides studies, you also enjoy your life in the university. So more than 600 clubs and organizations. I'm sure you must have heard about our baseball team called Wildcats. If not, do Google it. They're very, very popular and the students' favorites too. We have about 17 colleges and schools in the university and a huge campus, which is based out of Tucson, as I said, in the city. So I'll just tell you where exactly we are. So the red spot that you can see here, we are in the southwest part of US. we have about, it's very near to cities like San Diego, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and I'm sure Grand Canyon is something which is on everyone's bucket list. So if that is where you want to be, so it wouldn't take more than an hour's drive for you to reach there. So that's where we are in terms of the city. Tucson is a small city with 545,000 people, but a very good combination of a laid-back city and, if you wanted to enjoy your life as a student, it has also been listed in the top 10 cities to live in US and one of the most affordable cities. So students who are from Delhi would definitely like the weather there because more or less it's as hot or cold like Delhi. So temperature varies between 18 to 25 degrees centigrade. And all you get is 350 days of sunshine. That's how we promote ourselves. Now, we all know that, we all are aware that the travel restrictions and visa moratoriums were put in place due to the pandemic. It's a very tough time we're all going through. So University of Arizona has provided an immediate option for international students everywhere whose plans were disrupted by launching our new program, which is called Arizona Global Campus. So I'll just quickly take you through that, what exactly Arizona Global Campus is. So basically under Global Campus, students would be having an option to continue studying in India for next 2 years and then take a transition into the main campus in Tucson to complete their degrees. For example, let's say if the student is starting in the fall intake or in spring intake, you can study the entire 1 semester or up to 2 years here in India, and then you can take a transfer to the US. After completion of your first, second, third, or maximum, you have to take a transfer to the university after 4th semester. So this is keeping the condition in mind, though you are most welcome to join our main campus any point in time whenever you are able and ready. So while you are in India, taking online classes, you can study either at the comfort of your homes or at one of our partner institutions. So if you want to know our partners in India, we have a tie-up with the OP Jindal Global University, which is having a campus in Sonipat. We also have tie-up with Amrita University, which has about 6 campuses in south of India. And the latest addition in our partners list is the 9-to-1 Springboard. So how it would work is like the students, because of the situation right now, those who are unable to start their course, they can either study at their home, or second option would be to start at one of these institutions, either OP Jindal or Amrita University. But if that is also something which you are not very comfortable with, you will be given an option to go to 9-to-1 Springboard. I'm not too sure how much you know about it, but this is a co-working space like WeWorks and all that. So this is basically having about 4 centers in Delhi and 3 of them in Noida. So you can go there and use their facilities like Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi, cafeterias, a place to sit with a lot of peace, and you can always meet your friends there to study together. So this is about what we would be offering as a part of our partnerships, and students can take a mix of University of Arizona courses online. It's going to be the same course which would be offered in the main campus, and you can also take a combination of partner courses in person, providing access to the best of both online and residential modalities too. So on-campus opportunities include in-person academic support, as well as access to their computer labs, libraries, cafeteria, recreational facilities, clubs, etc. So when we talk about the courses and offers, as I said, we have more than 200 majors. We are very known for STEM courses because if you go for STEM courses in US, you do have an option to stay back for up to 3 years, under OPT and things like that. So you can see a lot of our majors are listed here. Otherwise, I'll be sharing the link with you. You can always go and take more information from there. In terms of our criteria of admission, at undergraduate level, let's say if you, I'm assuming most of you would be in class 12. So that is the right time to apply when you come in class 12. We would be looking at your scores in class 9th, 10th, and 11th. These are very, very important scores, and we are looking at a minimum of 3 on a scale of 4. So as I understand, you are a CBSE school, we would be asking for a minimum 75%. Though most of the students who got admission with scholarship in the university, they had more than 90 to 95% in their academics. Now, the other question which comes is whether SAT or ACTs are important. So guys, it's not mandatory, tests that you have to take, but if you're looking at scholarships, which is definitely, worth looking at. then SATs and ACTs comes into picture. So the combination of your GPA and SATs would be considered for scholarships. We also accept IELTS, which should be minimum 6.5, a TOEFL about 80. And we've also started just a couple of months back, Duolingo. So if you guys are aware, this is an app you can download and just write your examination through that. And we are expecting a score of 145 minimum to go with that.
Sorry to interrupt in between. Please stick to the time limits so that we can get sufficient time for the Q&A.
Yeah, just last 30 seconds here. Scholarships is something that everyone wants to know. So we offer one of the most generous programs in the US. The fees is $37,000 per annum. And based on your GPA and SATs, we offer maximum $35,000 per annum. In fact, I was just talking to two of the students who are from DPS Archiparam, I guess, today, and they both got $35,000 per annum scholarship to start off their study for next 4 years. It's per year scholarship for the students who will be starting anytime in the university. So yeah, so I won't just take you through the companies and everything. If you have more questions, if you're really looking at applying to the university, the fall intake deadline is generally 1st of May each year. And the spring intake deadline is 1st of November. So if you're interested, you can write to me directly or WhatsApp me on the number which is mentioned here. Thank you everyone for your patience and time, and thanks Almas and ICAE for this opportunity. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you, Anju. So I would like to invite Ms. Garima Narang from Lakehead University.
Great. Thank you so much, Almas ICAE, for setting up a platform to connect with all school aspirants. To quickly give an insight of our university, Lakehead. Lakehead actually is a public funded research university with campuses in Ontario. So Ontario being the second largest province, we have 2 campuses. One is in Thunder Bay. That's a signature campus spread over 250-acre land. So we have all undergraduate, master's and PhD programs at the Thunder Bay campus. Orillia campus is about 90 minutes from from Toronto, caters to all undergraduate programs here. In terms of the campus, Thunder Bay campus, being the signature campus, is the most visited city. So Thunder Bay city is one of the most visited city in all of North America. Some of the major industries in Thunder Bay include transportation, manufacturing, education, mining, and forestry. Thunder Bay as a city attracts young, urban, intelligent professions and new business from all over North America because of different opportunities and economic settlement and system we have for people coming here. In terms of the Orillia campus, so this campus focuses, as I said, more so undergraduate students. Gets best of both worlds. It is less than 90 minutes from Greater Toronto. Because of the quality of life, the students, people get excellent opportunities in terms of industry. So we have retail, tourism, healthcare, construction, manufacturing as the retail, as the major industries. I would certainly advise audience to take a moment to make a note of the virtual tour in order to know and have a closer look of the university, both the campuses. In terms of a ranking, we are amongst the top 10 universities in Canada, top 2 in Ontario, number 1 for undergraduate research for the last 5 years consecutively in a row. And these are absolutely the latest ranking posted by Maclean's 2020. In terms of the advantage, see, you've been hearing, about different institutions and countries, and there's something unique about Lakehead is one, the employment-focused program. So majority of our programs, especially at undergraduate level, offers a co-op option wherein a student gets an opportunity to work for about 16 to 24 months, depending on the program they're looking at. And also there's a readiness in the program. So all the programs have been designed keeping the job requirements in mind. We also have an excellent student support services. So we completely understand that international students come from a different academic background. So they need that support. And our international office student central team is absolutely available for students. So whether they are, having difficulty with their mathematics or English or maybe presentation skills, how to write a good CV or how to prepare for an interview also. We are also being very focused in terms of student professor ratio. This is something we find now in India. A lot of new schools have this limited student ratio, and we also follow the same structure. In terms of academic, we have a broad array of program, almost 50 different options for internationals to choose from. One thing which commerce students, especially without maths, and medical students without math should not be disheartened. We offer as a bridging program wherein math, students who've not studied math in their grade 12 from the business background, let's say commerce or the science, could still apply for our science and management related programs. So it's not that you're going to spend extra year completing the bachelor's degree. It is just that you add extra subject in year 1 and able to clear your, able to manage your course limit or the duration within 3 to 4 years. In terms of the business program, we are amongst the top 5% business schools in the world, which is an AACSB accredited. So we offer a 3 and a 4 years of bachelor's degree at both the campuses. So whether the student wishes to study at Aurelia campus or Thunder Bay, they would get that option here. In terms of our engineering program, our engineering programs are recognized by Canadian Engineering Accreditation Board. So we cover all the major specializations, whether it's chemical, civil, electrical, mechanical, software. And we also have an integrated MBA program, which is like a 5 years engineering MBA program offered. So whether it's engineering, management, science, you have a co-op option available. Computer science is again very, very popular at an undergraduate level, and these are some of the important specializations we offer in the field of computer science. And this is the only program which has...
Hi, Garima.
Yeah.
Really sorry to interfere in between. Please stick to the time limit. It's my humble request.
Sure.
Because we should give ample time for the students also to ask the questions.
I get that, yeah, thank you. So in terms of the co-op, I've already covered the majority of the programs have a co-op. So this would give you exact idea the different programs we have under the co-op field. In terms of the scholarships, the students who have more than 75 could certainly get a benefit of entrance scholarship available. So there are 3 different categories at $4,000, $5,000 each year and $7,500 each year. In terms of the fees, so that ranges from $25,000 to $30,000 depending on the program you're choosing from. So we have, 2 intakes, September as well as winter intake. So students who have not kind of able to get admission into any of the September intake institution, they could consider Lakehead for the winter intake. And we also have we would start accepting applications for September 21 through OUAC or direct application as well. I would also advise our audience to, to follow us on different social media channel in order to get in touch with different faculty, students as well. And I'm sharing my contact details here. Would be really happy to answer any questions which come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Garima. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite Mr. Shailendra from OP Jindal Global University. Sir, please kindly stick to the time limitations.
Yeah, thank you so much, Almas. Good evening, everyone. Can you stop the screen sharing, Garima? Yeah. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. We are OP Jindal Global University, based in Sonipat, Delhi NCR. We established in 2010. And in less than 10 years of time, we have come up as one of the upcoming and promising university in the field of arts, humanities, management, and law. This year, we were ranked #1 private university in the country by QS World Ranking. And we have also been selected as Institute of Eminence by HRD Ministry. Spread across 80-acre campus, we have 8 interdisciplinary schools under which we are offering 15 undergraduate program. That makes us a multidiscipline university. Some key highlights about the university. So we are ranked 2nd for maintaining a faculty-student ratio of 1:10. Each faculty member has an international degree or exposure to international world-class universities. We have academic tie-up with almost 250 plus world-class universities in 52 countries. To name a few: Harvard, Oxford, Wharton, Berkeley, Cornell, and of course, University of Arizona. Just how Pam said that. And talking about our alumni are placed with reputed organizations across the globe. They are working with reputed companies. They are working with government bodies. They are working with think tanks. Again, to name a few: Amazon, Google, McKinsey, PwC, EY, many more. And we have all the sports facilities in the campus, including an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Talking about the programs that we offer, as I said, 15 undergraduate programs we are offering, which includes BA LLB, BBA LLB, BBA, BBA plus MBA integrated program, BCom, BA Legal Studies, BA Global Affairs, BA Economics, BA Journalism and Media Studies, BARC, BA in Built Environment, BA in Political Science, BA in Social Sciences and Policy, and BA in Interior Designing. The admission for all the programs have already started. It's a 3-step process. The first step is the application stage, where you need to go online and fill the application and submit the application. Second stage is going and giving the online test, JSAT. It is again an online test. You can give it from your home. And the third stage and the final step is the interview round with the faculty. For any other queries, you can type your question in the chat box. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And thank you for sticking to the time limit. Next up is Mr. Samuel Joseph from the University of Wollongong, Dubai. Samuel, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a second.
Please stick to the time limit, Samuel.
Yeah, sure, definitely. I hope you can see my screen also, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, all right. So very good afternoon to all. Myself, Samuel Joseph. I'm representing University of Wollongong in Dubai. University of Wollongong in Dubai is an Australian university. We are the first foreign university in the UAE, and we've been here for the last 27 years. We offer 44 university degrees, 22 undergraduate and 22 postgraduate degrees. We have a global alumni network of over 152,000 students. And in campus, we have 3,500 students all the time. We are a very diversified campus. We are talking about 108 nationalities in campus. Let me quickly go through some of the major faculties which we have. We have specializing in media and communication. We have business studies programs. We have computing and IT. We have engineering. We don't have architectural engineering, but we have. If you ask some of the specialties in business, we have management, accountancy, finance, marketing, international business, human resource management. These are some of the specializations we offer, and we have a general BBA program also. Down you can see some of the companies our students are working currently. And one more thing I just want to let you know, we are located in a prime location in Dubai, which is known as the Dubai Internet City, which is also known as the Silicon Valley of the Middle East, actually. Right across our campus, you can see the Huawei head office, Microsoft, Google, Oracle. These are the offices right in front of our campus. Students have a greater exposure in getting internship in these companies also. That's one more bigger advantage why students join UOWD. Talking about our engineering programs, we have specializing in computer science. We have in IT, engineering, the traditional electrical, mechanical, civil, computer, and telecommunications. These are the programs which we offer. And quickly, just want to let you know the accreditations also, as we're running out of time. We are accredited by the Ministry of Education, as well as the Tertiary Education Quality Standard Agency, which is the Australian accreditation. We are accredited by ACCA, CPA, some of the CIMA. You can see as Australian Computer Society, Engineers Australia. These are some of the accreditations which we have. I know DPS Noida, I believe it's a CVC school. The students who are looking for an admission at University of Wollongong should have a minimum of 60% and above, and should have an IELTS of 6.5. That's an entry criteria for CBSE students in our campus. Quickly, I just want to let you know the tuition fees also. We have our tuition fees we talk about around 275,000 for 4 years. That's 80 for 4 years in engineering, as well as for the rest of the program, we're talking about 32,943. We have an early bird discount which is going on, which is at 25% till the end of June 30th. But however, we have a country discount for India, which is a 20% at all the time. Students who apply from India gets a 20% unconditional bursary for the whole program. And if you have any doubts, you can always get in touch with us directly, and I'll put my personal details in the chat box. And looking forward to see you all soon, and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you, Samuel. Now I would like to invite Mr. Ankur Jain from Pearl Academy.
Thank you, Almas, for inviting. Can you please allow me to share my screen? Thank you. Hope it is visible and I'm audible to everyone. I'm audible. Thank you. I'm good to go. A very welcome and very good evening to everyone, all the students, participants, and all my co-hosts who have been present here in today's lovely evening. I'm sure each one of you are keeping fine and doing good during this COVID era. I was just browsing through the chat box when somebody was asking for, is there any Indian university? Yes, here we are, Pearl Academy. Quickly to introduce about us. Into the business for about 27 years now. We are the academy in the country which is prominently known for running most of the unconventional courses hovering around the creativity. Yes, when I say creativity, we have within Pearl Academy 4 schools: School of Fashion, School of Design, School of Media, and School of New Age Business. We are present in 5 locations across the country: New Delhi, Jaipur, Mumbai, and this year we are starting 2 new campuses, one in Delhi South and another one that's in Bangalore. That's at a residency road. We are the one of the academy in the country to run more than 45 courses in the creative field. With our student base of about more than 4,500, and one thing to proudly vouch for is our talented academicians who are with us. That's more than 300 industry experts from the field of creativity and design. Another thing that we've been very proud of is that for the last couple of years that Pearl Academy is maintaining a track record of about 99% placement, despite knowing the fact that many of our students also would love to go for starting their own ventures. And we are also been ranked as one of the best design college in India by ASSOCHAM. Plenty of national and international alliances, and we have been also ranked as one of the top 25 fashion college in India by Business of Fashion. To give a quick glimpse to the students about the opportunity at Pearl Academy. So within School of Fashion, we have at a UG level, we have courses in the field of fashion design. We have another course in the field of fashion styling and creative direction and the textile design. And primarily these are the organizations that comes for the placements, and students have been placed of the Pearl Academy from the School of Fashion. We also have plenty of students being, which has been a common in between DPS Noida and Pearl Academy is then alumni. Many students that we have is in between common to us. This talks about the School of New Age Business. So wherein we have courses in the field of fashion and lifestyle business, digital marketing and data analytics, and global luxury and brand management. Typically, our students have been placed in organizations like H&M, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, ITC, IBM, and Amazon. Nonetheless, the another prominent offering that we have at Pearl Academy is School of Design, where in the unconventional courses that we run in the field of design, ranging in from product design, accessory design, jewelry design. Then another interested era of courses in the field of graphics and communication, which is again one of the most sought after courses at Pearl Academy. We have started off with the courses in the field of user UI and UX, animation and VFX, and yes, we have also started a course in the field of game design. So then there is another vertical within School of Design wherein we have courses in the field of interiors. Another prominent school under Pearl Academy, School of Contemporary Media, wherein Mr. Vivek Vaswani heads this school. Is the Dean of School of Contemporary Media. Vivek is a very renowned Bollywood actor, author, writer, and a teacher now. We have courses in the field of journalism, entertainment, fashion communication, advertising, and marketing. Primarily, students have been placed at Colors, Dharma Production, Red FM, NDTV, Aaj Tak, with a wide array of industry exposures with respect to their internships as well as exchange programs. Quickly to sum up, students who are, so there are certain offerings which are only available at Pearl Academy exclusively for UG and a PG level. Full scholarship for which is mandatory for about all the students for 4-week exchange program in any of our partner universities in Europe. Other than this, we also have international degree alliances with various international universities. Placements I've already talked about, 99% placement and about 500 plus recruiters that visit us. Pearl also enjoys a strong alumni base, and we also support all the Pearl alumni up to 5 years. Even if they once they complete their course from Pearl Academy, they get support and assistance with respect to their placement and incubation for up to next 5 years. We have also have a strategic alliance with Coursera, wherein all the students have access to all 3,900 courses which have been available at Coursera, which will further enhance them to upskill themselves in the field of respective courses. So here are the international alliances that we enjoy. Leading name from the Academia, Manchester Metropolitan University, FIT, Domus Academy, Torrens University of Australia, University of Derby, and whatnot. We also have pretty prominent and renowned domestic alliances.
Please,
I'm quickly summing up.
Yeah.
Almost summing up.
Yeah.
Almost finishing. Alliances in the national domain at FDCI, Fashion Design Council of India, FICCI Frames, Association of Designs of India, Amazonian, and CII. Here's the quick admission process. Typically, our admission application cycle gets open in the month of October, November. So students has to apply online. They have to appear for a general proficiency test, followed by a design or a media aptitude test, and then followed by a personal interview. Anyone who is looking to reach out to us, please drop in a mail to us at inquiry@pearlacademy.com. I request my colleague Gaurav to please type in this email ID in the chat box wherein student can make a note of it. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day and take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite Ms. Isha Arora from Singapore Institute of Management to take over from here.
Thank you, Almas. Thank you so much for organizing this event. Now, I'll quickly just give you my introduction. My name is Isha Arora, and I'm representing Singapore Institute of Management. I'll share my screen to just let you go through the kind of programs which we offer.
Yeah, please be. Yeah. Can't see your screen.
Can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Great. So these are our university partners. Singapore Institute of Management work in partnership with universities from US, UK, and Australia. So from US, we are partnered with University at Buffalo, which is the State University of New York, University of London, which includes also University of Birmingham. Then from Australia, we are partnered with University of Wollongong, RMIT University. Then we have University of Stirling. These are the universities which are partners with us for all the bachelor's degree. The major programs which we offer are in the field of management. So if you talk about anything related to management, which is accountancy, finance, business management, international business, economics and politics, international relations, we offer all these programs in partnership with these universities. And University of Wollongong from Australia, they do offer specific programs related to computer science, which gives you the option in cyber security, big data, digital system security, all of that. You also have the option for Bachelor of Psychology with University of Wollongong. Then coming to the next university partner, which is University of London, UK, the course curriculum will be designed by London School of Economics and Political Science. The programs that we offer in partnership with them are accounting, finance, business, economics, all of these. That also includes, I think it's not mentioned here on the screen, but it also includes data science and data analytics. Then with the University of London, we are also partnered with the College Goldsmith, wherein we award the degrees related to computer science. So creative computing, computing and information systems, machine learning and AI, these are the programs awarded by them. With University at Buffalo, we majorly offer the program which is business administration, psychology, international trade, communication, economics, sociology. These are the major programs being offered by them. The duration of all these programs is going to be 3 years. Only with the US partner, you also have the choice to make it for 4 years. So the partnership works in such a way that you would be studying in Singapore at SIM campus, but the complete course curriculum will be designed by these partner universities. The degree will also be awarded by these partner universities. In fact, 60% of the faculty from Australia and US, they fly down to Singapore to teach students in Singapore itself. So partially even taught by the partner universities. Talking about the course fee. Course fee for 3 years, it will actually vary from different university partners in the program you choose from. But on an approximate idea, it will be 15 lakhs INR for 3 years, up to 35 lakhs for 3 years. So for University of London, it will start from 15 lakhs for 3 years. With US partner University at Boku, it will be 3 years, 35 lakhs. You also have the choice to study in Singapore sometime for a year or two, and you can choose go to university partner campus at US or Australia for your further study. So you can even seek a transfer, or you can go forward for a semester exchange. Cost of living. So living expenses in Singapore, approximately the living expenses are around 6 to 7 lakhs for 1 year, which includes your travel, your stay, food, everything. Now, these are the few options for accommodation. This is the campus life. I think every student wants to know about the campus life. So we have around 80 student clubs at the campus, which also keeps you engaged in different activities, not just the academics. We also want to ensure that you are, engaged in different activities to get that extracurricular. We have around 1.42 lakhs alumni till now, wherein total number of students at the campus are around 17,000, 3,500 of which are international students. Career Connect here, which is written, they take care of your job fairs, career guidance, professional trainings, which we do on the regular basis. Then there is Global Learning, which takes care of the school, summer schools and the exchange programs. Then there is Learning Support and clubs, which take care of your other interests. This is just a picture of our annual fair, annual career fair. Scholarships, I think we have 35 scholarships in all. We can discuss about the scholarship once you will reach out to me on the chat. This is the picture of our campus. This is Performing Arts Theatre, Multi-Purpose Sports Hall. This is the Lecture Theatre. This is the real-time financial training which we provide to the students. We are the largest management library of Singapore. This is the Heritage Crown. So few of the food eating joints. Cyber Lounge. These are my details. You can write to me on this email ID, and you can also contact me on the number provided. I'm also available on WhatsApp on the same number, so you can reach out to me there for your all queries.
Thank you, Isha. Thank you very much. Thank you. So now I would like to call Mr. Dhruv from the University of Queensland.
Mr. Dhruv, please unmute yourself.
Hi, Almas, can you see my presentation?
Yes, you're audible and visible.
Very much. Okay, so I'll be very, very quick. My name is Dhruv and I represent the University of Queensland, Australia. So firstly, when you think of Australia as a destination, what do you think? People usually think of kangaroos, koalas, and then clean air and water, but we have a lot more to offer to students. Apart from being, the holiday destinations for millions of people, we also have a lot to offer to students. We are located in Brisbane, which is in the state of Queensland in Australia, and we have average maximum temperature of between 21 to 28 degrees Celsius, and a maximum of 2.4 million, population. Now, UQ is basically a public research university located in Brisbane. It was founded in 1909, and it's the fifth oldest university in Australia. We are ranked 46th in the world as per the QS World Rankings 2021, and many of our courses are in the top 10 in the world as per the QS as well as the US News Best Global Universities. We are number 1 in Australia for research, and including the first ever vaccine for treating cervical cancer was developed at UQ. Now we're currently working on a vaccine to develop, that we're developing for COVID-19. We transform learning in different ways. We are ranked, 5-star for student demand, staff qualifications, teaching quality, and educational experience. As a locally and globally connected university, we are industry relevant, which means UQ provides many opportunities to students to apply their knowledge and skills in the classroom as well as in the real world. Out of a total of 53,000 plus students, we have roughly about 63% undergrad students and 26% postgrad students in total, 18,000 plus international students from across 135 countries in the world. We have the 11th most beautiful campus in the world, and it offers one of the best campus experiences. Our campuses are located at St. Lucia, and that's what Brisbane looks like. We also have 2 more campuses. One is Hurston and the other is Gatton. I'll not go into details. You can always explore more on the website. The study areas, which is most important, would be arts, humanities, social sciences, business and economics, engineering and computing, health and behavioral sciences, medicine, science and mathematics, and a lot of other courses that we offer. So you can get in touch with me. You can have a one-to-one consultation for more details, for more information. I'll be more than happy to assist you. We have a range of India-specific scholarships, which include India Global Leaders Scholarship, UQ Economics scholarships, UQ High Achievers scholarships, which range between 20 to, can range up to 50% of the tuition fee. That's how you search for a program. Before you start searching, you go to our website and select I'm an international student. You search for the program by its code, or you can use the drop-down menu to select a particular study area. You can connect with us on various social media platforms, which include Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. And these are my details. I hope I was on time. And if you have any more questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them through the chat box.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dhruva. Very crisp and brief introduction. Now, I would like to inform all the students that we are open for your queries. I can see you have already dropped in a lot of questions, and most of them have already been answered. So we'll go on to the queries. This question is to ESSEC Business School. Kindly write the name of the university you're asking the question to. This is for ESSEC Business School. What are the requirements for applying to Global BBA? This is from Bhavya Nayak. So, Daljit, if you can answer this question. So we'll move on to the next question. This question is for University of Arizona. What are the research facilities that we can get in the University of Arizona? Anjumam, can you hear me? I think there's some technical glitch here. Can you all hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Yeah, so that question was for you, Anjumam. Should I repeat the question?
Anjumam, please unmute yourself. You're not audible.
So I'm moving on to the next question. For the University of Queensland, what are the academic requirements to get in as a law student?
Thank you very much for your question. So what I can do is I will share the link with you and you can proceed on to the next question and I will answer the question through.
Sure.
It'll be easier for the student to catch up. Thank you.
Sure, definitely. So a lot of questions have been already answered. That is for Wollongong University of Dubai. Do you have a hostel facilities? And if I take up mechanical engineering, what will be covered in it? Because I specifically am interested in cars. This is from Rick Bhattacharya.
Hi. First of all, I want to let you know we do have our hostel facility, which is 10 minutes away from our campus. We have our transportation facility also to students free of cost from the hostel to the campus on a daily basis. Talking about mechanical engineering, it's a most update. We update our curriculum every 2 years. To be more specific about the same, I will collect his email. If you can put his email ID, I'll connect him to the program leader so that he will have a conversation with him to know more in detail about the subjects which is covered in mechanical engineering at the University of Wollongong in Dubai. I hope that answers this question.
Yeah, thank you, Samuel. So this one is for Pearl Academy. So Kuhu says for fashion course, is there a practical exam as well?
Hi, Albus, Gaurav this side. So we have our online exam which students have to give, and then there will be a personal round of interview. So that's for all our courses.
Okay. So this one is any university offering sports management related courses. So I can see Kent State has marked this as a live answer. Mr. Anshuman, are you there? So I can see Anju ma'am there. So ma'am, there's a question for you. What are the research facilities that we have that we can get in University of Arizona? Please unmute yourself, ma'am. Unmute yourself. Okay, so please try to log in again. Yeah, so the next question is from Suhana Sharma. In the molecular and cellular biology in the University of Queensland, Australia, is it mandatory to take maths in 12th? What are the requirements and other competitive tests?
Thank you so much for that question. Yes, maths will be required. You can go for a Bachelor of Biotechnology, where maths, English, and one of chemistry or physics will be required. You can share your details with me and I'll be more than happy to assist you with pathway programs where you can fulfill your subject prerequisite if you don't have one.
Okay. This is for US-based colleges. Is it mandatory to give APs?
No, it's not. If I can answer,
yes.
APs are not mandatory. Particularly, I can just talk for my university. When we talk about Arizona, we are just looking at last 3 years score. If you are in class 12, 9th, 10th, and 11th considered. But if you're passed on class 12th, then we would be considering 10th, 11th, and 12th scores for admission. For scholarship, SAT and ACTs are considered, but AP is not a mandatory requirement as far as Arizona.
Okay. So this question is for Ottawa and Queen's University. Is it mandatory to give IELTS and TOEFL?
I think none of them are here, but I could answer.
Yeah,
because
sure. Go on.
Usually, none of the Canadian institutions, universities particularly, don't require a formal English test like IELTS, TOEFL, or PTE, as long as the student has studied from an English medium school. So all they have to do is to get a letter from the school duly signed by the principal or the counselor, and institution would waive off the IELTS condition. So that's all across universities in Canada.
Okay. So there's one more for Queens. If I have not got well enough grades in 9th standard, but I have done pretty well from 10th, will I be able to get into Queen's University and others also?
I could tell about my university. Yes, usually majority of the universities look at the 10th, 11th, and the 12th, right? So we at Lakehead again requires the 10th. 11th score is equally important, and midterm results or pre-board results of grade 12 to formally submit an application. So whether they are applying directly through a university, because Lakehead has a direct application portal, or through OUAC, the process remains the same.
I think the graph of your grades also matter.
Yes,
how
absolutely.
you are going. You're going up or you're going down.
Yeah.
And Garima, this one is for you. Ma'am, is it mandatory to take maths? I don't know which.
I
section
have
is it linked to?
I have already answered that question.
Yeah. Okay.
Maths is not compulsory, but yes, the students would have to take up math as an additional subject in their year 1. So that goes for students from the science background as well as from the commerce background. So they don't have to be worried. They could still apply, but then have to add math in the year 1.
Okay. So Doljit, if you can hear me, please answer this question.
Yeah,
what are the requirements for applying to global BBA?
For global BBA, the student doesn't worry that if they have a maths combination or no. Of course, if they have any subject from commerce, they can apply. As I said, there's no entry exam, no TOEFL, no IELTS. They can apply with their predicted grade or midterm, but the main thing is we see the overall profile of the students. There are some students who are 90%, 98%, they are not in a SEC, but there are some students who are 85, they are in a SEC. So we see the overall profile of the student, and if somebody has a doubt, they can send me their mail resume to me before they upload in the online application. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. So I guess I can see Kent State University is here. So sir, you have marked this question as live. Any university offering sports management related?
Yeah, we are offering a sports management program. I've already shared the link and the details on the chat box.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm unable to reply there on the Q&A box. So I have replied to that, Tanisha.
Okay, thank you, sir.
We are also having an application fee waiver going on for fall 2020.
Okay, thank you, sir. So this is for University of Arizona. Uday Bardwaj wants to know, is there any sports quota or scholarship?
Well, there's no sports quota, but of course there's scholarship. In fact, I'll answer other two questions also, which were asked. I was not unable to type. There was another question about the tuition fee for engineering programs. So let me just tell you that as well. The tuition fee for all our undergrad programs is pretty much standard, which is currently stands at $37,116 a year. And when we talk about scholarship, as I said, the scholarship ranges from $4,000 to $35,000 per annum. So depending upon whatever, let's say if you get $30,000, you'll be paying $7,000 per year. Right? That's how it works. Now, if someone wants to start on the online mode, for the online studies, our fees would be just $7,000 per year. And when you transfer to the university, then you'll be paying the original fee. So under the current circumstances, this is a great opportunity because it would be as low as studying in an Indian university. So that's the fee, $7,000 for the global campus. And the scholarships are $35,000. There's no sports quota, sorry, but we are very huge on athletics, be it baseball, shooting, soccer. We have 3 swimming pools. We have great gymnasium and all other sports facilities. So those of you who are interested in focusing on this area definitely are most welcome to join us. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So Shuli Gupta wants to know, do we have to give any extra exams besides the school merit for admission in Australia? Dhruv, if you can answer this question.
Sorry, Almaz, I missed that.
Do we have to give any extra exams beside the school merit for admission in Australia?
Yes, you will have to appear for one of the English proficiency tests, either IELTS, TOEFL. Now we are also accepting the new tests which are in the market, like an IELTS indicator or a TOEFL IBT, which is a proctored test again. Lingua Skill is also accepted. So there are a range of tests that we accept, which you need to essentially take to prove your language proficiency in English. other than the GPA requirement, which are your scores. That's it.
Okay, thank you. So this question is from Rohan. This is for all the universities. He says, is it mandatory to give SAT essay? So one by one, you can answer this.
Well, Canadian universities do not demand. This year, again, we've waived off the SAT and AACT. So being an academic-oriented university, we would only look at the 10th, 11th, and 12th as a benchmark or a performance graph to assess an application for a particular program and for the scholarship also. Thank you.
Okay. Kent State University, if you want to answer this question. SAT essay.
SAT essay has been exempted for this year, fall 2020, looking at the current scenario of the world. And again, if it is for all the, if you are talking about all the US universities, it varies from university to university and state to state. So okay, giving an exact answer to this question is not possible for me.
Yeah,
my university, I can say, yes, we have exempted it for this fall 2020 intake.
Okay. So Nupur Gupta wants to ask the question. Nupur, you can unmute yourself and go ahead with your question. Please unmute yourself, Nupur.
I don't want to ask any question.
Okay, thank you. So this is for Canadian universities. Can Canadian scholarships be clubbed together?
No. No, so see, there are two types of scholarships. One is offered by the university. So under university, you have an international department as well as a specific department, which is like the faculty. And the second is by the government, right? So when you talk about the university specific scholarship, there could be a yes or a no, depending upon your scores, and so for the external scholarship. So for the external scholarship, you have to approach these independent organizations directly. But for the university, it is our prerogative to assess and offer scholarship to students.
So Swarnil wants to ask the question. Swarnil, please unmute yourself. Swarnali, sorry. Yeah, ask your question. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, hello, ma'am. If I
yes,
am I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, if I want to take psychology as a major in any university of USA or Canada, should I have psychology as a subject in class 11-12 mandatorily?
Not for Lakehead. It's certainly it is not required, but psychology as a subject certainly requires you to have bio and mathematics if you're looking to study a BSc psychology. But psychology could also be done under social sciences, so where you do not require. So it's okay for Lakehead University. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And for US University, she was also asking.
I can talk about Arizona, the same answer. If you are going for the sciences, it would be more of a quantitative approach that is followed. So having a, background in the mathematics or, sciences would be desired. When you're talking about the other side of it, qualitative, then in that case, a BA psychology wouldn't require these subjects. So it would be totally your choice, which particular approach would you like to follow, in your bachelor's degree. So that's how it works.
So next,
sorry, just to add here,
there
is a unique call to it where you could do a major and a minor, right? So you would obviously have a lot of options to explore, even if you want to keep psychology as a major subject.
Mm-hmm. So next question is from Kuhu Agarwal. She says, for Pearl Academy, could you please share the details for the summer internships and short-term courses? So I see this has been just answered. So sir, if you want to take it live.
Yes, so basically I wrote there that the details are available on our website about all our courses, short-term courses also. And summer program, we actually do a summer internship. But this year, till now, it's not been planned because it's basically live on campus. So, we'll be updating about that on the website only.
Okay, thank you, sir. So there's one question from Samriddhi, but she hasn't mentioned the university name. Samriddhi, can you please name the university this question is for? I'll just read out the question, and if it considers your university, you can answer the question. So the question is, what are the criteria one needs to focus on and take into consideration if he or she is interested in medical science? And also, what are the options available if one takes up medical stream? So any university wants to answer this question, they can go on.
Okay, so I'll go first here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you won't be able to do a program like MBBS, right? Specifically at Lakehead and let's say in Canada also, but you could certainly explore options with BSc. So again, it depends upon the program, the subjects you have studied in grade 12 in order to pick up a specialization. So usually students would go for BSc Biomedical Science, Applied Life Sciences, Biochemistry, are few leading programs available under science stream. So medical is not openly available for international students. At Lakehead, we have a medical school, but for that you have to have a bachelor's from Canada in order to pursue a medical program at our university. So it's a little longer route. However, you could explore BSc options in order to start the medical program at our university. Thank you.
Okay, that question was for all the universities from Samriddhi. So this question is for OP Jindal University. What are the requirements to be a law student? And is CLAT compulsory or one can give LSAT? Mr. Shailendra, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'd just like to add to the previous question. Sorry, you moved on already, but I just want to go back to that. So Doctor of Medicine, if the student is in Australia, would be a similar number of years in Australia, just that the breakup is slightly different. In India, it's 5+2, if I'm not wrong, but in Australia, it's 3+4. So what they can ideally do is do, bachelor's of either biomedical science, they can do a bachelor of health sciences, and then progress on to a doctor of medicine after appearing for the competitive exams. That's the usual scenario, but the total number of years will remain the same, that's 7 years.
Okay, thank you, Dhruv.
So they can always reach out to me.
Yeah. So Shailendra sir, if you are there, you can hear me.
Yes. For pursuing law from University of Jindal, you need to give LSAT. We don't accept CLAT score. We look for LSAT score.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. So this.
And I'm sorry. Yeah. It's LSAT India. Sure. Yeah. It's LSAT India.
Okay. Okay. So this one question is from Vinayak. He says for all the universities, if a student had won any international Olympiad medal in past, does he or she gets any preference?
No,
he will just have an upper hand among the fellow applicants. That's it.
Yeah.
Normally, a well-rounded student is something which every university needs, right? Having an academic focus as well as having a good interest in extracurricular always will be that profile would definitely stand out. So it wouldn't be an admission criteria, but it definitely would be a value add when you start as a student. That learning and these kind of exams that you have taken definitely would come handy when you're applying for internship. We're talking of teaching assistantships. So that would make you more confident. They will see your outcomes and you can definitely highlight this wouldn't go waste, definitely not. But it totally depends on how you project it in your resume or a biodata and while you are being interviewed. So I would say not directly, but indirectly, definitely yes.
So there's one question from Arhan. He says, does any university present here offer BSc Genetics, BSc Biochemistry or BSc Molecular Biology? Is math a prerequisite for any of them?
So, okay, Anju, you go first.
No, go ahead, Garima. I'll go after. Yeah.
So for Lakehead University in Canada, again, I think we've been emphasizing a lot on math. So students who've not studied math in their grade 12 could still apply for a BSc program and they would get to choose all these specializations, so whether it's biomedical, biochemistry, applied life sciences, so they would have all these options. The only difference is without math would be offered a BSc General Science where they would take up the specialization in second year. However, students with math in their 12 would get into their specialized program from year 1. So it's a yes for those who have studied, and for again a yes for those who have not studied would still get the option to choose in the second year.
Okay. So, Anjuma.
I can also add here because when we talk about these kind of programs, so it is, for example, biochemistry is an interdisciplinary field which involves chemistry, math, and physical sciences and biology. So having a standard or substantial knowledge of math is needed, though it might not be mandatory in 10th, 11th, or 12th, but most of our students are very strong in that subject, most of them, and who are opting for this particularly. So my suggestion would be definitely not a very high score, but having a decent score in math is something which can actually, make you very well positioned in terms of your profile. And we do all offer biochemistry, biomechanical, biomedical degrees at University of Arizona. Again, we are very strong in our strength, STEM programs. So yeah, you can explore that. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So Dolce, this question is for you. Can science students apply for global BBA course?
Yes, it is very true. There we have, I would say, almost 35% of the applicants, they are from the science. So yes, of course, they can apply. It doesn't matter if they have a maths combination in their class 12 or no.
Thank you. Thank you, Dolce.
Not about the students who, even from the humanities, if they are, they have a one subject which is related with commerce, yes, they are most welcome to apply.
Thank you, Dolce. So Devang Arora wants to know what kind of extracurricular activities are required for Canadian colleges.
Again, so you see, I mean, I think I could talk on behalf of other, other Canadian institutions. Now, majority of the Canadian universities are very academic oriented. So, we would only look at the 10th, 11th, and 12th performance as a benchmark to get acceptance or to accept your application. But if you have other, other additional certificates, again, a well-rounded application would always be accepted and would obviously have upper hand over others. But again, being academic oriented, it's going to be only the combination of 10th, 11th, and 12th to accept an application.
Okay, thank you, Garima. Sanvi wants to know, are there any scholarships for an exceptional SAT score? This is for all the universities, I guess. If you have really good SAT scores, so do you have any scholarships?
I can answer that because when we talk about Arizona, the SAT scores are something we take special consideration. Anyone who would be having more than 1360 and a GPA of about 4, which would be somewhere around 95%, it could be as high as 35,000 per year out of our fees, which is 37,000 per year. So for all the 4 years, as long as they maintain a GPA of 3 in all their years till the 4th one. Yeah.
Okay. So next one is also for you, ma'am. Is it advised to take maths after 10th for law?
General knowledge of math is needed. It's not going to be mandatory because, as I said, when you are in class 12, we would be looking at 9th, 10th, and 11th. So having a decent score of math would be looked at, though it wouldn't be something which would be actually carrying your admission value through that. So it's not going to be a mandatory thing, but a decent knowledge of maths is needed in law too.
Okay. At Garima ma'am, this is from Aditi Chandra. Is it mandatory to take maths? I think this is linked to your previous answer.
No, and I have responded to her privately also. So we don't need. I mean, again, it depends the kind of program you're looking at, but usually it's a no. I mean, you could still apply for different programs, but just add math in year 1. That's it.
Okay. So students, we are just wrapping in 2 to 3 minutes. If you have more queries, you can drop in your queries here. I guess you all have shared all your information with them in the chat box also, and you have already answered all the questions. So other than that, if you want to know anything, we'll be wrapping up in a few minutes. Okay, so there's one question I can see. Yeah, this is for Pearl Academy. What course do you advise to choose in 11th for Pearl Academy, fashion course? Anyone from Pearl here? I guess There's no one from Pearl, so we'll just wrap up. And I would like to thank every one of you for being patiently sitting here and answering all the questions. And thank you, Hina ma'am, for letting us organize this session, and all the students sitting patiently with us and answering all the queries. Thank you everyone. For if we have missed any of your query, please write to us at nazar@icaindia.com. And I can see one more question. I think we can take this question. Does any university offer oceanography course? No, none of the university present here offer that question, that course. So you can always write to us for any counseling query also. Till then, goodbye. Stay safe, stay healthy, everyone. We'll meet in our next session. Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Happy weekend, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.